Two black SUVs screeched to a halt beside me, tires screaming against the wet asphalt. Before I could process what was happening, 5 masked men jumped out of the vehicles, guns drawn, voices shouting orders that echoed through the empty alley. "Get in the car! Now!" My body froze. Instinctively, my eyes sought Scarlett, who stood a few meters away, pale as death. And it was in that moment I saw it. That expression on her face. Guilt, pain, betrayal. She knew. My God, she knew. "Dante, Her voice came out broken, barely audible amid the chaos. Tears streamed down her perfect face. "Forgive me." The men shoved me hard against the car, but I couldn't take my eyes off her. My chest burned as if they'd driven a knife in and twisted the blade. "Scarlett?" My voice came out hoarse, incredulous. "I love you," she whispered, the words tearing what little remained of my heart. "I love you, Dante." One of the men hit me with the butt of his gun on the back of my head. Pain exploded, and the last thing I saw before darkness swallowed me was Scarlett falling to her knees on the ground, sobbing. 2 days earlier, life has an ironic way of catching you off guard, exactly when you think you're in control. I was at Rosso, my restaurant on the Upper East Side, reviewing the month's numbers while savoring a 2015 Barolo. The place was empty. It was already past 2 in the morning, and I liked this silence. It was when I could think clearly, away from constant stares, expectations, the weight of the Valentino name. My phone buzzed. A message from Marco, my right-hand man. "Boss, we have a problem at the dock. We need to talk tomorrow morning." Problems. Always problems. Being the leader of the Valentino family in New York wasn't exactly a peaceful life. At 32, I had inherited an empire built on blood, loyalty, and fear. People called me cruel, ruthless, the ice prince of Little Italy. And maybe they were right. I sighed, finishing my wine, when I heard the restaurant door open. I frowned. I was certain I had locked it. "We're closed," I said without looking up, irritated by the interruption. "I know. I'm sorry, but—" The voice was feminine, soft, with a slight tremor of nervousness. "I really need a job." I looked up and the world stopped. She stood in the doorway, illuminated only by the dim light of the Venetian chandelier. Chocolate-colored hair fell in waves over her shoulders. Green eyes shone with a mixture of determination and vulnerability. She wore worn jeans and a beat-up leather jacket, but there was something about her, a natural elegance that money can't buy. "How did you get in?" I asked, keeping my voice cold despite the impact this woman had. "The back door was open," she answered quickly, taking a hesitant step forward. "Look, I know it's late and you probably think I'm crazy, but I really need work. I've been a waitress for 5 years. I'm punctual, dedicated, and I'm not hiring. Please." She moved closer, and I could see the genuine urgency in her eyes. "My name is Scarlett, Scarlett Thorne. I just arrived in New York and things didn't turn out as I planned. I need a chance, just one chance. I should have said no. Should have called security and sent her away. But there was something in those green eyes, a sadness hidden beneath the bravado, that touched a part of me I thought I'd buried long ago. "One chance," I repeated, studying her. "Do you have experience with Italian wines?" "I have experience with wines in general," she replied, and a small smile appeared on her lips. "But I can learn whatever is necessary." I was silent for a long moment. All my logic, all my survival instinct screamed to refuse. But then I heard myself saying, "Monday. 6 in the evening. Don't be late." Her face lit up in a way that made me feel something I hadn't felt in years. Hope, perhaps, or warmth. Thank you so much, Mr. Valentino. Dante Valentino." I saw the color drain from her face for a split second. So fast I almost thought I'd imagined it. Then she recovered her composure and smiled. "Thank you, Mr. Valentino. You won't regret it." But as I watched her leave through the same door she'd entered, A dark voice in the back of my mind whispered that perhaps I would. In the present, I wake up with a throbbing pain in my head. I'm in a dark room, my hands tied behind my back. The betrayal still burns fresh in my chest. Scarlett. She had handed me over. Those 2 days, the conversations, the shy smiles, the way she blushed when our fingers accidentally touched. It had all been a lie. The door opens, and a man enters. I recognize him immediately. Vincent Russo, leader of the rival family. My greatest enemy. Dante Valentino. He smiles, cruel. Finally. Do you know how long I've waited for this moment? Are you going to kill me? I ask, keeping my voice steady despite the situation. Eventually, but first. He leans in. First, I want you to know that the girl, Scarlett, I hired her. $50,000 to seduce you and bring you to me. And she did an exceptional job, don't you think? The words are like bullets, each one piercing deeper. But what hurts most isn't the betrayal itself. It's remembering the look on her face in that alley, the tears, the I love you. Was there any truth there? Or am I just a lovesick fool? Vincent Russo's laughter echoes through the dark room, but I barely hear it. My mind is trapped in a loop, replaying every moment with Scarlett. Every smile, every touch, every lie. You're pathetic, Valentino, Vincent spits. The great ice prince, brought down by a pretty face and green eyes. Your father would be ashamed. I don't respond. What could I say? That he's right? That I, who never trusted anyone, let my guard down for a woman I'd known for 2 days? Take him to the basement, Vincent orders his men. Let him think about his mistakes before we end this. As they drag me out, one thought consumes me. Was any of it real? Day 1. Monday evening. She arrived exactly at 6:15 early. I watched her through the restaurant's glass window as she stood outside, nervously adjusting her hair, checking her reflection. There was something endearing about her anxiety. When she finally entered, she wore a simple black dress, and her hair was pulled back. Professional. Beautiful in an understated way that hit me harder than any expensive gown ever could. Mr. Valentino, she greeted, that same nervous smile from 2 nights ago. Dante, I corrected, surprising myself. I never let employees use my first name. Call me Dante. Something flickered in her eyes. Surprise, guilt, I couldn't tell. The evening was slow, only a handful of customers. I used it as an opportunity to train her, showing her the wine cellar, explaining the menu, teaching her the difference between a Brunello and a Chianti. This one, I handed her a glass of Sangiovese, has notes of cherry and leather. Try it. She took a sip, and I watched her face transform. Her eyes closed, a small smile playing on her lips. When she opened them, they were bright with genuine pleasure. It's incredible, she breathed. It tastes like a summer evening in the countryside. You've been to Italy? I asked, intrigued. Her smile faltered for just a second. No, I've always dreamed of going, though. Why haven't you? She looked away, fingers tracing the rim of the glass. Life gets in the way, I guess. Dreams are expensive. There was a story there, layers of pain beneath the surface. I wanted to know all of them. Dante, she called suddenly, pulling me from my thoughts. A customer had knocked over a glass, red wine spreading across the white tablecloth. Before I could move, Scarlett was already there, handling it with grace and humor, making the embarrassed couple laugh instead of feeling worse. I watched her work the rest of the night, noticing small things. The way she listened intently to customers, remembered their preferences. How she bit her lower lip when concentrating. The unconscious sway of her hips as she moved between tables. At midnight, after the last customer left, she was cleaning up when I approached with 2 glasses of wine. For a job well done, I said, handing her one. Thank you. She took it, and our fingers brushed. Electricity shot up my arm. From the way her breath caught, she felt it too. We stood there in the dim restaurant, the city lights of Manhattan twinkling through the windows. "Can I ask you something?" she said softly. "Anything. Why did you give me a chance? That night, you could have called the police, or just refused. But you didn't." I considered lying, giving her some professional answer. But those green eyes demanded honesty. "I saw something in you," I admitted. "Something real. Something lost. Like me." She stared at me, and for a moment the walls came down. I saw the real Scarlett. Vulnerable, scared, fighting something I couldn't name. "Dante, She started, then stopped, shaking her head. "Thank you for seeing me." The air between us was charged, magnetic. I took a step closer. She didn't move away. "Scarlett." My phone rang, shattering the moment. Marco, with news about the dock problem. By the time I finished the call, she had grabbed her jacket. "I should go," she said quickly, avoiding my eyes. "Same time tomorrow?" "Yes, tomorrow." At the door, she turned back. "Dante, tonight was... Thank you." Then she was gone, leaving me standing there wondering what the hell was happening to me. The present. The basement is cold and damp. They've chained me to a chair, left me alone with my thoughts. My worst enemy, because all I can think about is day 2. The day everything changed. The day I fell. And somewhere in this city, Scarlett is either counting her money or drowning in the same guilt I saw in her eyes during the ambush. I need to know which one it is. Because if there was even a shred of truth in her tears, in that "I love you," she whispered, then maybe we're both prisoners now, just in different ways. The door creaks open, but it's not Vincent who enters. It's her. Scarlett stands in the doorway, mascara running down her face, hands shaking. Our eyes meet, and the world stops again. "What are you doing here?" I whisper, my voice raw. "I'm getting you out," she says, pulling out a key. "Before it's too late." "Why?" The question tears from my chest. "Why, Scarlett? You already got your money, you already—" "Because I meant it," she cries out, falling to her knees in front of me. "I meant every word, Dante. I love you. God help me. I love you." Her hands tremble as she fumbles with the key to my chains. Tears stream down her face, and every fiber of my being wars between wanting to hold her and wanting answers. "Scarlett, stop," I say firmly. "Look at me." She does, those green eyes drowning in guilt and fear. "Tell me the truth, all of it. Before you free me, I need to know." She sinks back on her heels, wrapping her arms around herself. 3 weeks ago, I was desperate. My little brother, James, he has leukemia. The treatments. I lost everything paying for them. Lost my apartment, my car, everything. Then Vincent Russo found me. My jaw clenches at his name. He knew about James. He said if I helped him get to you, he'd pay for all the treatments. $50,000, Dante. $50,000 to save my brother's life. Her voice breaks. What was I supposed to do? "So you took the job." I finish. The words like ash in my mouth. "I took the job," she whispers. "I was supposed to get close to you, learn your routine, set up the ambush. It was supposed to be simple, cold, professional. But..." She looks up at me, and the raw emotion in her face steals my breath. But then there was day 2. Day 2. Tuesday. She arrived early again, but this time I was waiting for her outside the restaurant with 2 cups of coffee. "Thought you might need this," I said, handing her one. Her smile was radiant. "You're a mind reader. Actually, I just remember you yawning 3 times last night. Rough sleep. New city, new apartment." She shrugged. "Takes time to adjust." We stood there on the sidewalk, the morning sun catching in her hair, turning it almost auburn. People rushed past us, the city alive with its usual chaos, but in that moment, it felt like we were the only 2 people in the world. "Tell me something true about you," I said suddenly. She blinked, surprised. "What?" Something real, not resume material. Something that matters. She bit her lip, thinking. I read poetry. Late at night, when I can't sleep. Neruda, mostly. Makes me feel less alone. I love you without knowing how or when or from where, I quoted softly. Her eyes widened. You know Neruda? My mother used to read his poetry to me before she died. The vulnerability in sharing that surprised even me. I never talked about my mother, not to anyone. I'm sorry, she said, and the genuine compassion in her voice cracked something inside me. It was a long time ago. Doesn't make it hurt less, she said quietly. Loss doesn't work on a timer. We stood there, coffee cooling in our hands, and something shifted between us. An understanding, a recognition of shared pain. That evening the restaurant was busier. I watched Scarlett handle difficult customers with grace, remember orders perfectly, laugh with the elderly couple celebrating their anniversary. She was natural, warm, real. Around 9, during a lull, I found her in the wine cellar, studying the bottles with intense concentration. Find something interesting? I asked from the doorway. She jumped, hand flying to her chest. God, you scared me. Sorry. I moved closer. What are you looking at? This one. She pointed to a 1997 Barolo. The label says it's from Piedmont. That's northern Italy, right? Right. My family's from there originally, near Alba. Tell me about it, she said, turning to face me. We were close now, the narrow cellar making the space intimate. Tell me about Alba. So I did. I told her about the rolling hills covered in vineyards, the smell of white truffles in autumn, the way the fog settles in the valleys like a blanket. I told her things I hadn't thought about in years, things buried under violence and responsibility. She listened with her whole body, eyes never leaving my face, and I realized I was really being seen for the first time in forever. Not as Dante Valentino, the mob boss, just as Dante, a man who missed his homeland. It sounds like heaven, she breathed. It was, once. Why did you leave? Duty, family, the usual reasons we give up dreams. She reached out then, her hand touching my arm, just a simple gesture of comfort, but it set my skin on fire. Maybe you can go back someday, she said softly. Start over. You can't start over when you're covered in blood. Everyone deserves a second chance, Dante. Everyone. The way she said my name, like a prayer, like a promise. I couldn't resist anymore. My hand came up to cup her cheek, thumb tracing her jawline. Scarlett, yes? She whispered, eyes closing at my touch. I'm going to kiss you now. If you don't want that, tell me to stop. She opened her eyes, and what I saw there nearly broke me. Want, need, and something deeper, something that terrified and thrilled me. Don't stop, she breathed. The kiss was soft at first, tentative, both of us testing this dangerous water. But then she made this small sound in the back of her throat, her hands fisting in my shirt, and I was lost. I pulled her closer, deepening the kiss, tasting wine and coffee and something uniquely her. When we finally broke apart, both breathing hard, she rested her forehead against mine. This is crazy, she whispered. Completely insane. I agreed. We barely know each other. I know enough. She pulled back to look at me. What do you know? I know you're kind. I know you're strong. I know when you smile, really smile, it's like the sun coming out. I tucked a strand of hair behind her ear, and I know I haven't felt this alive in 10 years. Tears welled in her eyes. Dante. Marco's voice on the intercom cut her off. Boss, Vincent Russo's men were spotted near the dock. We need you. Reality crashed back. I stepped away, the moment shattered. I have to go, I said roughly. Take tomorrow off. It might not be safe. But, please, Scarlett, please just stay away tomorrow. The fear in my voice must have convinced her because she nodded. At the door, I turned back. She stood in the wine cellar, backlit and beautiful, and my heart clenched. Scarlett? That thing you said about second chances? I want to believe it. With you, I want to believe it's possible. The present. That night I went home and cried for 3 hours, Scarlett says, still on her knees before me. Because I knew I couldn't do it, couldn't betray you. But James... Your brother needs the money, I finish. Vincent said if I didn't go through with it, he'd kill James. Kill you. Kill everyone I care about. She grabs my hands desperately. So I did what he wanted. But Dante, I swear to God, I never stopped loving you. From that kiss forward, everything was real. Footsteps echo down the hallway. We're out of time. Free me, I command. Now, and then run. Not without you. Scarlett. No. Her voice is fierce. You said everyone deserves a second chance, so let's take ours, together. The chains fall away just as the door bursts open. Vincent's guard stands in the doorway, gun raised. Time slows to a crawl. I see his finger tightening on the trigger, aimed at Scarlett. Instinct takes over. I throw myself in front of her, tackling her to the ground as the shot rings out. The bullet embeds itself in the wall where her head had been seconds ago. Run! I shout, pulling her up. We bolt through the only other exit, a narrow corridor that leads to the building's back stairs. Behind us, chaos erupts, shouting, more footsteps. Vincent's voice screaming orders. Scarlett's hand is locked in mine as we race up the stairs, our hearts pounding in sync. We burst through a door onto the roof, the cold night air hitting us like a slap. There! Scarlett points to the adjacent building, maybe 6 feet away across an alley. We have to jump, I say, already calculating the distance. Are you insane? Probably. I pull her close, looking into those terrified green eyes. But I'm not losing you. Not now. Trust me? She nods, and in that simple gesture, I see everything. All the fear, all the love, all the desperate hope that we might actually survive this. Together, she says firmly. Together, we run. The edge approaches. We leap. For a moment, we're flying, suspended between buildings, between our past and whatever future we might have. Then we're rolling onto the other roof, scraped and breathless, but alive. More shouts below. They're coming. The fire escape. I grab her hand again, and we're moving, climbing down rusty metal stairs, dropping into an alley. My car is parked 2 blocks away. We run through shadows, sticking to the darkness. Every sound making us flinch. When we finally reach my black Maserati, I've never been more grateful for anything in my life. I peel out of there, tires screaming. Only when we're several miles away, weaving through Manhattan traffic, do I let myself breathe. Scarlett is shaking beside me, adrenaline crash hitting hard. I reach over and take her hand. You saved my life, she whispers. You came back for me. We're even. Where are we going? Somewhere safe. I have a place in Connecticut. Safe house. No one knows about it except Marco. She nods. Then suddenly her face crumples. The tears come hard and fast. All the fear and stress and emotion pouring out. I pull over into an empty parking lot, kill the engine, and pull her into my arms. She clings to me, sobbing into my chest, and I hold her like she's the only real thing in the world. I'm sorry, she chokes out. I'm so sorry, Dante. I never wanted... Shh. I know, Piccola. I stroke her hair, pressing kisses to her temple. You were protecting your brother, I understand. But I fell in love with you. She pulls back to look at me, mascara streaked, nose red, absolutely beautiful. That wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to stay detached, but from that first night when you gave me a chance, and then that second day, the kiss. I finish softly. After that kiss, everything changed. I couldn't eat. Couldn't sleep. I kept seeing your face, hearing your voice. She cups my cheek. Do you remember what you said to me after we kissed? Day 2. Continued. After Marco's interruption, after Scarlett had left, I'd chased after her. Caught her on the street corner, rain starting to fall. Scarlett, wait! She turned, confused. Dante? What? I need to say this. I took her hands. I don't know what's happening between us. I don't do this. I don't feel this. But with you, everything is different. Dante, let me finish. Rain soaked us both, but I didn't care. I've lived in darkness for so long, I forgot what light looked like. Then you walked into my restaurant with your worn jacket and your desperate courage, and suddenly I could see again. She was crying, tears mixing with rain. This is crazy. I know. But sometimes crazy is the only thing that makes sense. I pulled her closer. I don't know where this goes. I don't know if we crash and burn, or if we find something real, but I want to try. With you, I want to try. I want that too, she whispered. More than I've ever wanted anything. I kissed her again, right there in the rain, on a Manhattan street corner, and it felt like coming home. The present. You made me believe in possibility, Scarlett says now, in the car. No one ever did that before. My whole life has been about survival, about getting through one more day. But you made me want to live, not just survive. I pull her back into my arms. I love you, Scarlett Thorne. I think I loved you from the moment you broke into my restaurant with that ridiculous speech about being punctual and dedicated. She laughs through her tears. It was a good speech. It was terrible, but you were magnificent. We sit there in the parking lot, holding each other, the city lights twinkling around us. For a moment, the danger fades. There's just us. What do we do now? She asks quietly. Vincent will never stop coming after us, and James, he still needs the treatments. We fight, I say firmly. We fight for us, for James, for the life we want. And I have resources Vincent doesn't know about. Money isn't the issue. You'd help James? Even after everything? He's your brother. That makes him family. I tilt her chin up. And family is everything to me. Fresh tears spill over. How did I get so lucky? We both got lucky. I kiss her softly. Now let's get to Connecticut. We have plans to make. As I start the car, Scarlett's phone buzzes. She looks at it and goes pale. What is it? She shows me the screen. A text from an unknown number. I have James. You have 24 hours to bring me Dante Valentino, or your brother dies. V. Below it, a photo. A young man, maybe 17, tied to a chair. Her brother. Scarlett's hand shakes so badly she drops the phone. No, she whispers. No, no, no. And just like that, our moment of peace shatters. Scarlett's scream tears through the car, raw, primal. A sound of pure agony that makes my blood run cold. James! She's hyperventilating, hands clutching her chest. He's just a kid. He's just a baby, Dante. He doesn't deserve this. He's done nothing wrong. I pull her to me, holding tight as she falls apart. Listen to me. Look at me, Scarlett. She does, eyes wild with terror. We're going to get him back. I promise you. I swear on everything I am. We will save your brother. How? Vincent wants you dead. Then he can try. My voice turns to steel. But he's made a critical mistake. What mistake? He thinks I'm alone. He doesn't know I have you. He doesn't know what we're capable of together. I dial Marco. He answers on the first ring. Boss, where the hell are you? I've been trying to... Marco, I need everything. Weapons, men, intel on Vincent's locations. And I need it in 2 hours. What's happening? War. Vincent took something precious from me. I'm taking it back. I'm on it. Where do you want to meet? The old warehouse in Brooklyn. The one by the bridge. Done. Boss, be careful. I hang up and turn to Scarlett. She's stopped crying, but her face is set with determination that matches my own. "Teach me," she says. "What?" "To fight. To shoot. Whatever I need to know." Her voice is fierce. "I won't be helpless. Not anymore. James is my responsibility. Let me help save him." I study her face, seeing the warrior beneath the fear. "Okay. But first we need to talk strategy. And you need to eat something. You're shaking." "I can't eat when—" "You can and you will." I cup her face. "You're no good to James if you collapse. We do this smart, amore mio. Not reckless." The endearment makes her eyes soften. "What does that mean?" "My love." I press my forehead to hers. "Because that's what you are. My love, my heart, my reason to survive this." She kisses me then, desperate and deep, pouring all her fear and love into it. When we break apart, we're both breathing hard. "Take me to Connecticut," she whispers. "We have 2 hours before meeting Marco. I need to be with you, really with you, in case—" "Don't." I silence her with another kiss. There is no "in case." We're both walking out of this alive with James. That's the only option. The safe house is small but comfortable, a cabin by a lake, surrounded by woods. I've owned it for 5 years, never brought anyone here. It was my escape, my secret. Now I'm sharing it with her. Scarlett stands by the window, looking at the moonlight on the water. I come up behind her, wrapping my arms around her waist, pulling her back against my chest. "Tell me about him," I say softly. "Tell me about James." She leans into me, her hands covering mine. "He's 17, smart as hell, wants to be a doctor. He's kind, Dante. The kindest person I know." Her voice cracks. "When our parents died 3 years ago, he could have been angry, bitter. But he just kept going, kept smiling. Even when he got sick, he'd joke about it. Said the chemo was just giving him a new hairstyle." I hold her tighter, feeling her pain as my own. "When I told him I got a job at a fancy restaurant, he was so proud." She turns in my arms. "I couldn't tell him how I really got it, what I was supposed to do. He thinks you're just my boss. After tomorrow, I want to meet him properly, as the man who loves his sister." "You really want a future with me?" She searches my face. "Even after all this?" "Especially after all this." I tuck her hair behind her ear. "You came back for me, Scarlett. When you could have taken the money and run, protected yourself, you came back. Do you know how rare that is? How precious? I couldn't leave you." She touches my face like she's memorizing it. "That day, day 3. Remember? Day 3. Wednesday. I told her to stay away, but she showed up anyway. Found me in my office above the restaurant, going over security reports. 'I thought I told you to take the day off,' I said, but I couldn't hide my smile. 'I don't take orders well.' She closed the door behind her. 'And I was worried about you.' 'Worried?' 'Vincent Russo. Marco told me he's dangerous, that there might be trouble.' I stood, crossing to her. 'You shouldn't be here. If something happens, then I want to be here, with you.' The simple honesty of it undid me. I pulled her close, breathing in her scent, vanilla and something floral. 'You barely know me, Scarlett. I know enough.' She pulled back to look at me. 'I know you quote poetry. I know you miss Italy. I know you pretend to be cold, but you're not. You're warm, Dante. So warm it scares me.' 'Why does it scare you?' 'Because I'm falling in love with you.' The words tumbled out like a confession. 'And I don't know how to stop.' 'Don't stop.' I kissed her softly. 'Fall with me. Let's fall together.' We made love that afternoon, in my office with the city sprawled below us. Gentle and fierce, tender and desperate. Afterward, lying tangled together, she traced patterns on my chest. 'Promise me something,' she whispered. Anything. Promise me that no matter what happens, you'll remember this moment. Remember that someone loved you completely, without conditions, without fear. I promise. I kissed her forehead. But nothing's going to happen. We have time. How wrong I was. The present. I love you, Scarlett says now, pulling me from the memory. Whatever happens tomorrow, I need you to know. You changed my life, Dante Valentino. You made me believe in love again. Then let's fight for it. I take her hand. Let's fight for James. For us. For the future we deserve. She nods, and I see the fear transform into determination. We spend the next 2 hours planning. I teach her to handle a gun, basic self-defense. She's a quick learner, focused and fierce. Then we eat, forcing food down despite neither of us being hungry. We need strength for what's coming. At midnight, we head to Brooklyn. Marco is waiting with 10 of my best men, weapons, a plan. Vincent's holding the kid at his club in Queens, Marco reports. Heavy security. But I found a way in. I study the blueprints, my mind working through scenarios. Then I feel Scarlett's hand slip into mine, and I know. We're not just fighting for survival anymore. We're fighting for love, and we're going to win. The club pulses with music, oblivious to the war about to unfold. Vincent chose his fortress well. 3 floors, multiple exits, dozens of guards. But he underestimated one thing. A man in love is the most dangerous weapon of all. Last chance to stay in the car, I tell Scarlett. She checks her gun, eyes blazing with determination. Not a chance. That's my brother in there. Marco briefs us one final time. Team Alpha enters through the kitchen. Team Beta takes the front. Boss, you and the girl. Scarlett, I correct firmly. Her name is Scarlett. Right. You two go through the VIP entrance. It leads directly to Vincent's private rooms. That's where he'll have the kid. I turn to Scarlett, gripping her shoulders. Stay close to me. You do exactly as I say when I say it. Understood. Understood. She rises on her toes, kissing me hard. Come back to me, Dante Valentino. Always. I press my forehead to hers. Ti amo, mio cuore. I love you, my heart. I love you too. We move. The VIP entrance guard recognizes me instantly. His eyes widen, hand going for his weapon. I'm faster. One shot, silenced, and he drops. Scarlett doesn't even flinch. She's running on pure adrenaline and love. Inside, the bass from the club below vibrates through the walls. We climb the private stairs, taking out 2 more guards. At the top, a hallway. 4 doors. Which one? Scarlett whispers. I close my eyes, listening. Then I hear it. A young voice, scared but defiant. Go to hell, Russo. 3rd door. We move silently. I kick it open, gun raised. Vincent stands over a chair where a teenager is tied. Sandy hair, green eyes like his sister's, bruised but alive. James. Vincent spins, gun already in hand. We fire simultaneously. His shot goes wide. Mine doesn't. He goes down, clutching his shoulder, weapon skittering away. James! Scarlett rushes past me. Scarlett! The boy's eyes widen. What are you? I'm getting you out. She works frantically at his bindings. I keep my gun trained on Vincent, who's laughing despite the blood. You stupid bastard, he coughs. You think this ends it? My men will hunt you forever. No. I shoot his other shoulder. He screams. They'll hunt a dead man, and you're about to become one. Dante, don't. Scarlett's voice stops me. She stands with James now, her arm around her brother. He's not worth it. He's not worth becoming what he is. I look at her. This incredible woman who came back for me, who's fighting for her brother, who still believes in my redemption even now. Please, she whispers. For me. Choose us over revenge. The gun wavers. Every instinct screams to pull the trigger. But then I see James, see the hope in Scarlett's eyes. And I know. Revenge is the past. They are the future. I lower the weapon. Marco, take Vincent to the police. Anonymous tip. Let the law handle him. Boss, do it. Gunfire erupts from somewhere in the building. Vincent's men have realized we're here. We need to move. I grab Scarlett's hand. James is weak but mobile. We run. The hallway erupts in chaos. Bullets fly. I return fire, covering Scarlett and James as they race for the stairs. Marco's team has secured the exit, but we're pinned down by 3 of Vincent's men. Take James, I shout to Marco. Get him to safety. Not without you. Scarlett refuses to leave my side. Piccola, please. No. Her voice is fierce. Together, remember? We do this together. She fires over my shoulder, taking down one of the shooters. The woman is a natural. We fight side by side, moving as one unit, covering each other. When my clip runs empty, she covers me. When she needs to reload, I shield her. We're not just partners. We're synchronized, connected by something deeper than strategy. Finally, we burst through the exit into the cold night air. My car is waiting. We throw ourselves in, tires screeching as Marco drives. In the back seat, Scarlett clings to James, sobbing with relief. You're okay, baby brother. I'm fine, Scar. Despite everything, he manages a weak smile. Though I have so many questions. Starting with, who's the badass with the Italian accent? Scarlett laughs through tears, looking at me. This is Dante. He's everything. James studies me, then nods slowly. You love my sister. More than life itself. And you saved me, both of you. Family protects family, I say simply. So I'm family now? Scarlett looks at me, hope and love shining in her eyes. If your sister will have me, then yes. Your family. We take James to a private hospital I trust. The doctors say he's dehydrated and bruised but otherwise unharmed. As they wheel him in for examination, he grabs my hand. Thank you, he says quietly, for loving her. For saving her when she was trying to save me. She deserves someone like you. I'm the lucky one, I tell him honestly. When we're finally alone, Scarlett collapses into my arms in the hospital waiting room. The adrenaline crash hits hard. She's shaking, crying, laughing all at once. We did it, she breathes. We actually did it. We did. I hold her close, breathing in her scent, feeling her heart beat against mine. You did it. You saved me, saved James, saved us all. I was so scared. She looks up at me, vulnerable and raw. When Vincent had you, when I thought I'd lost you. But you didn't. I'm right here. I kiss her softly, and I'm never leaving. Promise me. Her hands fist in my shirt. Promise me we get our happy ending, that all of this was worth it. I promise. I cup her face. Tomorrow, we start over. You, me, James. We leave this life behind and build something new. Something clean. Can you really walk away from the family, from everything? I just risked everything for love. Walking away will be easy. I smile. Besides, I'm thinking Connecticut. Maybe open a small vineyard. Teach you everything about Italian wines. She laughs, fresh tears falling. A vineyard? Why not? We'll grow old together, make wine, read Neruda under the stars. I wipe her tears. Give James a home where he can heal and be safe. Build the life we both deserve. That sounds like heaven. Then let's make it real. We hold each other as dawn breaks through the hospital windows. 2 broken people made whole by love. The war is over. Our future is just beginning. 3 days later, we're back at the Connecticut safe house. James is recovering in the guest room, color returning to his cheeks. Marco has handled the fallout in the city. Vincent's in federal custody, his empire crumbling. The Valentino family business is being transferred to my cousin in Chicago. I'm walking away from everything I've ever known, and I've never felt more free. I find Scarlett on the dock, feet dangling in the lake water, watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of orange and pink. She doesn't hear me approach, lost in thought. "Penny, for your thoughts." I sit beside her, our shoulders touching. She leans against me, sighing. I'm thinking about how 3 weeks ago, my life was falling apart. I was desperate, alone, terrified of losing James. And now? She turns to look at me, those green eyes reflecting the sunset. Now I have everything I never knew I needed. You, hope, a future. Regrets? About us? Never. She takes my hand, intertwining our fingers. About how we started. Sometimes, I wish I'd met you differently. Wish I'd never taken Vincent's money, never lied to you. But then, we might never have met at all. I kiss her knuckles. I don't believe in fate, Scarlett. But I believe you walking into my restaurant that night was the universe giving me one last chance at happiness. One last chance. I was dying inside. Had been for years. Going through motions, building an empire I didn't want, becoming someone I hated. I meet her eyes. Then you appeared with your desperate courage and your beautiful heart, and suddenly I could breathe again. She cups my face, thumb stroking my cheek. I love you so much it terrifies me sometimes. Why does it terrify you? Because I've never had something this good. I keep waiting for it to be taken away. I pull her into my lap, wrapping my arms around her. Listen to me. Nothing is taking this away. Not Vincent, not the past, nothing. You're stuck with me, amore mio. She burrows into my chest, and we sit like that as the sun sets, the water lapping gently at the dock. Peace. After all the chaos and violence, we've found peace. Dante? Her voice is small, vulnerable. Yes? Tell me about your mother. You mentioned her once, with the poetry. I want to know about the woman who raised you. I tense instinctively. I never talk about my mother. But then I feel Scarlett's hand on my chest, over my heart, and the words come. She was beautiful, kind, everything my father wasn't. The memories hurt, but they're also sweet. She'd sneak me away to art museums when father was handling business. Taught me about beauty, about choosing gentleness over violence. She sounds wonderful. She was. My voice roughens. Father killed her. Not with his hands, but with his choices. The violence, the constant fear. It broke her heart. Literally. She had a heart attack when I was 22. Scarlett's arms tighten around me. I'm so sorry. I became everything she didn't want me to be after she died. Threw myself into the family business, hardened my heart, chose violence over beauty. I tilt her chin up. Until you reminded me who I used to be. Who I still could be. She'd be proud of you. For choosing to walk away. For choosing love. I hope so. I kiss her forehead. I think she'd love you. The way you fight for the people you love, your strength, your heart. I wish I could have met her. She's here. I press Scarlett's hand to my chest. In every choice I make now, every time I choose you over revenge, love over hate, she's here. We're both crying now, healing old wounds together. Dante? James calls from the house. Scarlett, dinner's ready. We look at each other and laugh. The kid we rescued 3 days ago is already making himself at home, cooking dinner. He's something else, your brother, I say as we walk back hand in hand. He likes you, said anyone who quotes Neruda and fights like an action hero is okay in his book. High praise. The highest. She stops me at the door. Dante, I need to ask you something. Her tone makes me nervous. What is it? This new life we're building. It's real, right? You're not going to wake up one day and miss the power, the control, I silence her with a kiss, deep, thorough, leaving no room for doubt. You are my power now, I say against her lips. You are my purpose. Everything else? It was just noise. You're the only real thing I've ever had. Even after everything I did? Especially after everything you did. You chose me, Scarlett. When it mattered most, you chose me. That's worth more than any empire. She kisses me again, pouring all her love and gratitude into it. When we break apart, we're both smiling. Inside, James has set the table. Candles, wildflowers he picked from the property, even wine. What's this? Scarlett laughs. A celebration. James grins. We're alive. We're together. That deserves wine and terrible pasta made by a 17-year-old who's never cooked before. The pasta smells amazing, I assure him. Over dinner we laugh, share stories. James tells embarrassing tales about Scarlett's childhood. She threatens to reveal his middle name. I watch them, this little family I've somehow become part of, and my heart swells. This is what I was missing. Not power or fear or respect. Just love. Simple, pure, unconditional love. Later, after James goes to bed, Scarlett and I sit by the fireplace. She's curled into my side, my arm around her shoulders. I have something for you, I say quietly. Dante, you don't need to. I want to. I pull out a small velvet box. Her eyes widen. Is that my mother's ring? I open it, revealing a simple gold band with a single emerald. She left it to me before she died, made me promise I'd only give it to someone who reminded me that love is stronger than hate. Scarlett's hand covers her mouth, tears streaming. Scarlett Thorne. I know we've only known each other for 3 weeks. I know we started with lies and ended in gunfire. I take her hand. But I've never been more certain of anything in my life. You are my heart, my home, my reason to be better. Dante, I'm not asking yet, not until you're ready. I slip the ring on her finger. But I'm promising. I'm promising you forever, amore mio. Whenever you're ready to say yes, I'll be here, waiting, loving you. She launches herself at me, kissing me between sobs and laughs. Yes, yes, you idiot. I don't need to wait. Yes, yes, yes. She kisses me again. Marry me, Dante Valentino. Build a life with me. Grow old with me. Choose me every day for the rest of our lives. That's the easiest choice I'll ever make. We make love by the firelight, slow and tender, sealing our promise with our bodies. Afterward, tangled together, she traces the scars on my chest. Tell me about our future, she whispers. We'll plant that vineyard, get married under the stars. James will go to college, become that doctor he dreams of being. I kiss her temple. We'll make wine, read poetry, watch sunsets. Fill this house with laughter and love. Children? If you want them. A whole house full. I want everything with you. Then you'll have it. I promise. As she falls asleep in my arms, I watch the firelight dance across her face, and I know we made it. Through lies and bullets, betrayal and blood, we found our way to love. And tomorrow, our forever begins. The vineyard is exactly as I imagined it. Rolling hills covered in grapevines, the Connecticut countryside stretching as far as the eye can see. The house, our home, sits at the top of the hill, white stone with ivy climbing the walls. It's nothing like the cold penthouse in Manhattan or the sterile safe house. It's heaven. I'm in the vineyard, checking the vines Marco and I planted last month, when I feel arms wrap around me from behind. There you are. Scarlett's voice is warm against my neck. I've been looking everywhere for you. I turn in her arms, kissing her thoroughly. 6 months, and I still can't get enough of her. Just checking on our future. These vines will produce their first harvest in 2 years. Our future. She smiles, touching the emerald ring on her finger, now paired with a simple gold wedding band. I love the sound of that. Mrs. Valentino, are you getting sentimental on me? Maybe. She pulls me down for another kiss. It's our wedding anniversary, after all. 3 months. I grin. Best 3 months of my life. Our wedding had been small, Intimate. Just James, Marco, a few trusted friends. We'd married at sunset on this very hill. Scarlett in a simple white dress, wildflowers in her hair. When I'd seen her walking toward me, I'd cried. Me, the ice prince of Little Italy, crying like a baby. What are you thinking about? She traces my jawline. How lucky I am. How 3 weeks of knowing you changed everything. 3 weeks that felt like a lifetime. She leans into me. Sometimes I still can't believe this is real. That we made it. Believe it, amore mio. I kiss her forehead. This is real. You, me, this life we're building, all real. Dante, Scarlett. James comes running up the hill, waving his phone. You're not going to believe this. What? Scarlett tenses, old fears surfacing. I got in. His face is radiant. Columbia University, full scholarship, pre-med. Scarlett screams, throwing herself at her brother. They jump around like children, laughing and crying. I watch them, my heart full. James has gained 30 pounds since we brought him here. His cancer is in remission, hair growing back thick and sandy. He's healthy, happy, whole. Every morning I wake up grateful we saved him. We're celebrating tonight, James announces. Fancy dinner at that Italian place in town. Sounds perfect. I pull them both into a hug. I'm proud of you, kid. Couldn't have done it without you two. His eyes shimmer. You gave me a life worth living. You gave us a family, Scarlett corrects, kissing his cheek. We're the lucky ones. That evening, at dinner, I watch Scarlett laugh at something James says, candlelight dancing in her green eyes, and I'm struck by how far we've come. From that first desperate night in my restaurant to this moment of pure joy, it feels like a miracle. What? She catches me staring. Just memorizing this. I take her hand. Want to remember everything about tonight? It's just dinner, Dante. No. I bring her hand to my lips. It's proof that love wins. That choosing each other every single day matters. Later, we walk through the vineyard under the stars. The same stars that watched us fall in love, that witnessed our first kiss, that saw us fight for each other. Dante? Scarlett stops, turning to face me. I have something to tell you. Her tone makes my heart skip. What is it? I'm pregnant. The world stops, tilts, reforms around those two words. We're having a baby. Her smile is radiant, tears streaming down her face. I found out this morning. I wanted to wait until tonight to tell you. I dropped to my knees, pressing my forehead against her still flat stomach. Emotions overwhelm me. Joy, fear, gratitude, love so intense it hurts. We're having a baby. I breathe against her. Dio mio, we're having a baby. Are you happy? Her hands stroke my hair. I look up at her, this incredible woman who saved me in every way possible. Happy doesn't even begin to cover it. Scarlett, you've given me everything, a reason to live, to be better, to believe in tomorrow. And now we get to give all that love to someone else. She pulls me up, and we're both crying, holding each other under the stars. I love you, I whisper fiercely. I will love you every day for the rest of my life. You and this baby. You're my everything. And you're ours. She kisses me softly. Forever. 5 years later, Papa, watch this. I look up from pruning vines to see my daughter, Isabella, racing toward me on chubby 3-year-old legs. Behind her, Scarlett walks with our son, Marco, on her hip. He's 8 months old, all dark curls and amber eyes like mine. What am I watching, Piccola? I crouch down. This. Isabella does a wobbly spin, nearly falling. I catch her, swooping her up. Magnifico! I cover her face with kisses, her giggles the best sound in the world. Scarlett reaches us, laughing. She's been practicing all morning, just like her mama. determined and perfect. I kiss my wife, then my son's forehead. How are my loves today? Missing you. Scarlett leans into me. You've been out here since dawn. Harvest season. I gesture at the full vines. Our 5th harvest. Can you believe it? I can believe anything now. She looks at our home on the hill, children playing, life blooming all around us. We built this from ashes, Dante. From lies and violence, we created beauty. You created beauty. I correct. I just followed your light. James appears on the porch, home from medical school for the weekend. Girlfriend Sarah at his side. He waves, and we wave back. Uncle James promised stories. Isabella squirms down, running toward him. We watch her go, this perfect little human we made from love. Do you ever miss it? Scarlett asks quietly. The city, the power, the old life. Not even for a second. I turn her face to mine. You are my power, Scarlett. This family is my empire. Everything else was just preparation for finding you. Even the violence, the pain, even that. I kiss her softly. Because it led me here. To you, to them, to this moment. I'd walk through fire 1,000 times if it meant ending up here. I love you, Dante Valentino. And I love you, Scarlett Valentino. I rest my forehead against hers. Thank you. For what? For breaking into my restaurant that night. For being brave enough to fall in love with a monster. For coming back for me when you could have run. My voice breaks. For giving me a reason to be the man my mother believed I could be. You were always that man. She touches my face. You just needed someone to remind you. We stand there, holding each other as the sun sets over our vineyard, our children's laughter floating on the breeze. This life, this love, this family, it's everything I never knew I needed. Once upon a time I was Dante Valentino, the ice prince, feared and alone. Then a desperate woman with green eyes walked into my life and taught me that love is the greatest power of all. And now I'm just Dante, husband, father, vintner, poet, a man who found his way home through the most unlikely path. They say love conquers all. I used to think that was naive. Now I know it's the truest thing in the world, because love didn't just conquer, it transformed, it healed, it saved, it gave us forever. The end.